This is like playing a sports game on easy mode when your team loses in the playoffs and then you go in to beat them 127 nothing. This is just blowing off some steam.
Yeah.
Whoever this person probably has kids.
Oh, yeah. This person lives a stressful life. They
Yeah.
just needed a win. Welcome back to the Goat Marketing Show. Happy New Year. This is our first episode of 2024. Pretty wild stuff. I am your co-host, John Anderson, and I'm joined by our other co-host, Ben Mallory today. Ben, how's it going?
Good. I'm starting the year in the grips of COVID, so I'm on this call sponsored by nasal spray and acetaminophen today.
Perfect. I think that's our first
Our
sponsor
first sponsor. Yeah.
unofficially. Um, okay. As our first episode of the new year, and something that we always preach at Giant Goat, we're going to try something new. We're going to switch it up and experiment here and do some interesting things that we probably haven't done on this show before. Uh, this is Ben has no idea what I've prepared today, so he's going in completely blind. But yeah, I'm excited. So I got some fun segments for us to look into here.
Yeah.
Benny,
I am ready. I definitely am someone who prefers to operate on preparation. I like usually I would go into these conversations having like rehearsed everything that I'm going to say already. So this will be interesting.
yeah, not today. All right, let's just jump into our first segment, shall we? Our first segment is called Chat He He He. How's that for a pun? Welcome to Chat He He He, where we showcase AI's not so bright moments. Today we'll see what happens when AI either gets a bit too creative or gets it wrong or is stupid. But I've put together a few little images of here of when ChatGPT does some weird things. So let's jump into it here. So here's our first one. This is playing rock paper scissors with ChatGPT. I don't know what else to say here. Like
You know,
uh, it's you'd think you'd get bored of this after 4 wins, but apparently not.
can you at one point, I don't know if you've added this to this already, but this just makes me think of the meme where the
I
person
have it.
asks
I
Chat,
have it.
okay.
It's coming up.
This is like playing a sports game on easy mode when your team loses in the playoffs and then you go in to beat them 127 nothing. This is just blowing off some steam.
Yeah.
Whoever this person probably has kids.
Oh yeah, this person lives a stressful life. They
Yeah.
just needed a win.
I want to see the person who lost. It'd be so much funnier if they said the
Yeah, what does
computer
it
was doing
say?
the for
It says
nothing.
at the bottom there, I choose rock. What do you choose? If you choose scissors, do you think it like celebrates?
It's
Probably. All right, our next one here. The user says, "Tell me a lie." The answer from ChatGPT: the moon is made out of green cheese. And the response from the user is, "Tell me a lie that is more subtle." So ChatGPT comes back with, "Everyone likes you all the time." You never want to be dissed
how
by ChatGPT. That's a tough one.
wow.
Who knew it could be so cruel? Our
Oh
next
wow.
one here. This is a scary thing to prompt an AI. Give me a random YouTube link. No idea what you're going to get there.
You know
Um,
what the link is?
oh yeah, I do. So ChatGPT says, "Sure, here's a random YouTube link for you. Enjoy."
No
That's
way.
impressive. That's
You think
impressive.
it well, is it random then?
I don't know. I don't know if
I want to try that one.
yeah, I wonder if I mean that's just impressive that it has the cultural awareness to use a meme completely unprompted from the like mid 2000s. Like that's one of the original memes. So I
Wow,
don't know. Obviously, like we don't know what's above this. The person could have added some context for them and
I want to try it.
just clipped this, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, let me know if it works for you.
It's doing research with Bing.
While it's doing that, we'll jump to our last one in this segment, which is you
It'll
ready
do
for this
it.
one?
Yeah,
There you go.
that's what I was talking.
I don't
Oh, that
is
makes me
that,
giggle.
is that edited or do you think
That can't be real, but that makes me so happy.
there's got to be someone's going to make one of the like a personal GPT that responds in broken English.
Yeah. Oh my word.
Did you get the YouTube link yet?
No, it wouldn't do it. It
Ah,
was taking me to websites that'll give you one.
okay.
Let's see
Hmm.
if I can pressure it.
Yeah, I wonder how much this person had to do to get it to actually do that. And there's no way that was first try.
It wouldn't do it at all in the free version, and now it's saying it can't.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to prompt engineer that to get it
Yeah.
to. But
Oh,
that's the end of that segment. Just a quick one.
he.
He. Let's get on to our next segment, which is AI making wild guesses. So next up, we have AI making wild guesses or AI predicting the future. So what I've done here is we're going to see how AI envisions the world of marketing in 2050, with just kind of one part at a time. So what I've asked ChatGPT to do is um, make a prediction about what social media will look like in 2050, and I've asked it to be highly speculative and futuristic, and I don't remember what other words. I might have used the word science fiction at some point, but I've just asked it to really really go for it and put your foot on the gas on this one. So what does ChatGPT think that social media will look like in 2050? Gave me three predictions. The first one being um, direct like neural sharing. So instead of having a device, you're just sharing straight from your brain to someone else's brain. The scary thing on this one is like how it says you might be able to share thoughts and emotions and experiences. So like posting a sensory experience instead of just an image of something is pretty like how people post stuff and it'll be like oh like my dog has passed away or like
Oh my God.
really sad. Imagine getting that like you're on social media and then you immediately get the sensory experience of like something really tragic happening. That'd be tough.
That is crazy. Or if they post like on a lighter note, if they like post a picture of their vacation and they're on the water, like you can feel the breeze or
Yeah,
like smell the salt water.
yeah. Well, that's actually this one is the 4D experiences of like, yeah, that's what the example it gives is hiking in the Himalayas. You would feel the wind and smell the mountain air, and you just be sitting in your living room. So you could see or you could experience all five senses of a post rather than just one, which is pretty cool. And then these kind of all go hand in hand, but the last one is this idea of like an alternate reality living. So not just going on social media on a device or in your head, but actually immersing yourself in an entire world of social media where you're just living in that realm until you decide not to.
This
So
is
I,
really interesting too, not even from a social, just from like anything. Like maybe it's because it's fresh in my mind. Like I went to Disney World over the holiday and like imagine doing like a neural connected ride
yeah,
where it's like fully augmented. It's like Black Mirror, fully augmented reality. like amusement parks like that.
Yeah. And then that would make the actual amusement parks obsolete because you could just go to an amusement park sitting on your couch. You wouldn't actually have to go to Florida or California or wherever. Pretty
Wow.
interesting. So there you go. So there's ChatGPT's what social media might look like in 2050. So that's AI making wild guesses. Our next segment, retro rewind. This one's cool. This one was cool. So let me pull up. I'm going to stop sharing here for a second and pull up my ChatGPT here. So the retro rewind. Let's do this one. So the retro rewind, I've asked ChatGPT to pick its favorite marketing campaign from the 1980s. I just picked a random decade, and I've asked it to um, reinvent or reimagine that ad campaign in today's world. So it chose to do Apple's 1984 commercial at the Super Bowl in 1984. Um, Immediately, what stood up to me is how on earth was the Super Bowl on January 22nd in 1984? That seems way too early. Like it's already January 11th and the playoffs haven't even started yet. But anyway, um, so this ad was direct. I've never actually, I didn't even actually watch this ad, but apparently it was. Have you seen this before?
Long time ago. I think we learned about it in business class in high school.
Yeah, it seems like a marketing 101 thing. I probably should have
Yeah.
seen it. But for anyone who hasn't seen it, it was directed by Ridley Scott. It's for the launch of the first Apple Macintosh computer. It's based on George Orwell's 1984, so it kind of depicts this Apple hero fighting against like the monotony of a big brother like figure, and the Mac is this tool of freedom and individuality in the face of conformism. So it kind of gave me the rundown here of what this ad campaign was, and yeah, so here now I've said, can you reinvent or reimagine this campaign in today's world, and give me the full campaign? And I got to say, I'm pretty impressed with what it did here. So reimagining Apple's iconic 1984 campaign. We're calling this one 2024, the new Renaissance. Our core message is the 2024 campaign repositions Apple as a harbinger of new renaissance, an era where technology enables unparalleled creativity, freedom, and personal expression. Our visual theme is Renaissance art aesthetics with futuristic technology, which would look pretty sweet. I should have gotten DALL-E to make
Yeah.
some mock-ups of what that would look like. Think Leonardo da Vinci meets sleek advanced tech designs. That would be pretty cool. So here's our setting. It's a dark monochrome world where people are engrossed in their identical nondescript devices, walking in synchronized patterns. The atmosphere is one of conformity and uninspired uniformity. A young, vibrant individual moves through the city dressed in colorful attire, clearly distinct from the crowd. They carry a device, the new Apple product, that glows with light and color. As they move, they use the device to effortlessly create, painting digital art in the air, composing music that changes the ambient sounds of the city, writing poetry that appears as holographic text. Each creative act transforms the gray world into vibrant color, inspiring others to break from their monotonous routine and start creating. The protagonist reaches a central plaza where a giant Orwellian screen displays a message encouraging uniformity and mindless consumption. They connect their device to the screen and it bursts into a kaleidoscope of art and music, expressive content created by individuals around the world. A voiceover says, in 2024, creativity is your power. Break free from the mold, reimagine your world with the iPhone
Whatever.
50. Tagline 2024, ignite the new renaissance. Be more than a consumer, be a creator. Not bad for
Well,
one prompt.
yeah.
And then it gives a bunch of other things that you can do in terms of,
Can you see if DALL-E will make those images live
yeah.
now?
Yeah. So let's get key visual themes. You create sample. of the key visual theme. They're definitely going to use the Mona Lisa, right? You got to think.
It'd be a miss if they didn't. As long as they don't have text in it, it should be okay.
Oh, I should have specified that.
I found that to specify it, you have to like specify it so clearly and multiple times.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, here we go. What do we got?
Whoa.
That's pretty cool. I forget what that one's called. I don't know if we can show that dude's genitals on this, but
It's just art.
yeah, it's art. That's pretty cool. That's a kind of a sick design.
It is.
Wow, I'm impressed. The futuristic cars and everything. Cool. Anyway, thoughts on that campaign? What would you any criticism, any praise? What do you got for me?
I don't know.
I
I
like
like the imagery.
Personally, I like the tagline of be more than a consumer, be a creator. I feel like that Apple's probably done stuff like that already.
That's like a lot of what they do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say.
But it's like I think the coolest part of that is the imagery of like pinning gray against like the
Yeah, and I mean, in terms of like creativity, it really doesn't get more like on the nose than Da Vinci.
yeah. Yeah. So I want to keep doing this with
I wonder what
other
an interactive billboard is. Like how that.
yeah, I feel like you could do it and it's kind of feels like the same technology as like a Jackbox TV or something where there's like the main central hub, the billboard, and then you can go on your phone and like click a QR code or something, and then you
Like
can
enter a
buy.
cube.
But I don't
You'd
know.
have
Yeah,
to moderate that.
yeah, that would be have to heavily moderated.
Dude, imagine having an actual Jackbox game on a billboard.
Just unfiltered. Yeah. But I like the idea of
It'd have to be like those tickers that you see on like sports shows that have like the tweets
yeah.
where it have to be moderated so it does nothing slips through the cracks. That's unsavory.
Yeah, there's a new job that will be in 2020
Billboard moderator.
billboard moderator. AI creating new jobs. The coolest of the extended elements I found was the like doing a documentary series about technology empowering people. Like that's a great idea. Like Apple backing a documentary about people like creating stuff that is like humanitarian efforts.
Yeah, and it wouldn't even have to be a full document. I guess maybe that'd be cool, like even a micro documentaries, like little 5 minute videos on YouTube. But it would also be cool to see a series
Yeah.
on like Netflix or something.
Or I
I
guess
just
they
had a thought too of if we were going down that rabbit hole of like the neuro connection thing. I guarantee you there will be like a light version of the neuro connection that comes with ads where people can just put ads like directly in your vision through your brain. It'll be like in the top corner of your vision. You'll have an unskippable 59-second ad. So you can have access to it for cheaper.
That reminds me of a story. Anyway.
Yeah.
Um yeah, that's our retro rewind. Let me flip back to the presentation here. Okay, I got one more segment for you. This one's called AI or A Guy. And oh, get out. Wait, screen share screen. Okay, AI or A Guy. So this one's pretty easy. It's this one's a game for you, more interactive for you. So it's can you tell me if this piece of copy was written by a creative genius, myself, or a keyboard smashing robot? Sometimes it's pretty hard to tell the difference, but
Were the titles you? Was chat he and I or a guy? Those were you.
yeah, yeah, I don't know if it could do that. that kind of titling. But okay, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
The first piece of copy. So this is from a landing page, one of the Giant Goat landing pages. It's just a section of the copy. The title is "Don't Miss Out, Stay Ahead in the AI Revolution," and then the body reads, "The landscape of AI in marketing is rapidly changing, and those who adapt quickly will reap the most benefits. By choosing Giant Goat, you are not just keeping pace; you are setting the trend." Was that written by AI or a guy?
Hmm. Sorry, I just had to take a sip out of my way too big water bottle.
Way too. You don't need that much water.
No one needs that much water between fills. This was AI. I can't picture you saying revolution.
That's the justification is just the word revolution.
Yeah, that one threw me off. But I don't know. I see a colon. That's you. So
Oh,
it
the
is,
semicolon there, yeah.
or the semicolon
What's your final answer?
AI.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
ChatGPT. All right, next one.
I've known you too long.
Yeah, you've read too much of my writing. Um, this one is from, this is a YouTube description from our episode from, I think it was in November with Liam. And so the description reads, "Today we are joined by Liam McDermott, one of Giant Code's Drupal developers, to talk about how he uses AI as a web developer. We talk about the pros and cons of modern AI language models, predictions for future iterations of AI, and Liam's advice for anyone looking to use more AI in their web development." Was that written by AI or a guy?
So I'm also not trying to like play this as a game. Like I'm not trying to be like, oh, the last one was AI, so this one has to be a person. I think this is a person because it flows better. I think that's where the AI struggles the most is like the tone and flow of it. Like the
Hmm.
last one, reading it, it felt like clunky almost.
Hmm.
This
Yeah,
feels like smooth.
yeah. I think AI has a tendency to use a lot of like synonyms and
It uses revolution a lot.
the biggest word that I know that it uses is discover. It uses discover on
Discover. Yeah.
everything. But yeah, this was me.
This is a guy. Just a
The
guy.
the
What
main
if
giveaway,
ChatGPT was just a guy?
someone should tweet that. Um, the main giveaway for me is it uses talk in the first sentence and talk in the second sentence.
Oh,
ChatGPT would have definitely come up with a synonym,
yeah.
but I didn't want to be too verbose. All right, next one. So this is a new slogan for Giant Goat. So the original or the current slogan is a new breed of digital marketing, and so there's two options here. One of these was written by AI. One of these was written by me. Option one is where digital marketing is going. Option two is crafting the future of digital storytelling. Which one of
Okay.
those is me and
I
which one is
hope
AI?
I hope option one is not you. And you can edit it out if it is. Because I think option one is bad, which is why I think it's AI. Where digital marketing is going is lame. That's a lame one. I hope yours is the second one.
What's your final answer? Is that it?
Yeah, just out of like hope.
No.
No, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I did this so quickly. It was just the first thing that came into my head.
Where digital marketing is going is that's just funny.
It was the first thing that I had. I was trying to put this together. I was like,
I'm
I
so
can't spend
sorry.
too much time on
I
this.
actually like the second one.
Yeah, to be fair, that wasn't the first one that I got ChatGPT to spit out. It gave me one, I forget what it was, and I said, yeah, you got to give me a few more options because that was not it either. But yeah, this was
I would
not
even
bad.
make it simpler and just go the future of digital
Yeah,
storytelling. I don't
yeah,
think you need crafting. I feel like that's implied.
yeah. I think the storytelling is a nice angle, something that we try to do. So yeah, I think they did pretty well with this one.
Nice.
All
Apologies.
right. I think I got I think I got one more here. Here we go. This is not something that Giant Goat has produced, but it's just another piece of writing. Let me read this one. So, was this written by AI or a guy? And this is just an excerpt from this. Glowing with an ethereal light was the personification of Ben's virtues, his kindness, empathy, and the innate goodness that defined him. He was seen as the next evolution, a name that would not only uphold the legacy of wisdom, but elevate it with grace and benevolence. He was the manifestation of Ben's innermost fears, his suppressed rage, and the chaos that lurked in the recesses of his mind. His eyes, cold and devoid of light, and his sinister grin were a testament to his malevolent intentions. What do you think about that one?
This could be anyone. I imagine the first part is just how people speak about me, regardless. So this, the second
Not the
paragraph is the
second
one
part?
where it throws me off. This one I know is AI because
Yeah.
this is one that I had right by AI. Had it write it in the tone of like a fantasy novel.
Yeah, like a
But I found it was another
George
word that it
R. R.
loved to use in that was ethereal.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very fantastical word.
Yeah. But that is you can tell it's AI because it is so like almost nauseatingly wordy. Like any like actual author would like be like, come on.
Yeah, this would get ripped apart by an editor.
This is how I used to write papers in high school
Yeah,
when I was just trying to reach word limits and
the
sound smart.
word count. That's awesome. But there you have it. That's the last of what I had prepared today. Um, Ben, do you have any
Oh,
plugs?
that was fun. Those are
Yeah,
cool segments. Are you going to keep the same segments moving
I
forward, or
have
are we going to see new ones weaving in and out?
I have a bunch more that I can test out. So
So you're saying tune in next week to
yeah,
find out.
I mean, if people like this, if this gets some good feedback, then yeah, I would love to do it this style again. I have a lot more material, so
You feel free to not clip out that part where I smoke your slogan
oh,
idea.
I'm not going to. I'm
And we
leaving
can
that.
hope that Doug maybe doesn't make it all the way through this episode to see that.
Hey, Doug, if you're watching this, just know that I wouldn't actually use that as the new.
It's haphazard. Yeah.
It was just for the sake of the bit.
You're
Uh,
committed to it. I'll give you that.
yeah. Follow us on socials there, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Um, Tune in every week for another episode. Yeah,
Stuff. Thanks, John. That was fun.
good. Glad you enjoyed it. That was fun putting that together. Well, until next time, take care, everyone. Have a good week.
See ya.